welcome to another edition of We Stream! So I just moseyed on over to some princess rap battles to see what major battle I hadn't reacted to yet, and there I found myself Cinderella versus Belle. Perfect! Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm a musician. I do make my own content that you should check out.
How you gonna battle if there's no pauses? You hate on Eilish Bieber and the PRB flicks. Tantrum Tuesday, more like women with more talent than some prick.
And that's the plug. So it's not even Tuesday. So I guess maybe this could be Sassy Saturday. Because here's the thing with princess rap battles, okay? When I was a younger lad in the earlier days of this channel, I had a naive optimism. So I'm pretty hopeful that this is gonna be a good little battle. Apparently this whole channel, I kinda like peeked at what is this channel. It's like princess rap battles. So like giving all the little princess characters some love and some rap battles. I thought, oh good, there'll be like an alternative to epic rap battles, but with princesses, and you know, I can indulge in some princess stuff, just so you know.
Let the storm rage.
I'm a big fan of some Disney, but that is not what I have gotten from princess rap battles. In fact, the only princess rap battle I liked didn't have a princess in it. It was Hermione versus Katniss. I have to address all of the Karens that find their way to these videos. I know that you are a middle-aged cunt that feels princess rap battles very special to you. It's something that your daughter watches, that you also watch. It makes you feel connected to internet culture and makes you feel like you understand memes and you're so cool, and you share it on Facebook and incorrectly tag your friends and put a bunch of emojis on it. Well, Karen, it's good that you like these. But what I do on these reactions is not talk about the idea that someone would or wouldn't like something. I talk about what I think about it. And my perspective, Karen, it comes from a place far different from yours. You see, my perspective comes from a place of understanding music, understanding rap and rap culture, and also understanding everything that you understand about these princess movies. So in other words, Karen, factually, my opinion is worth a lot more than your dumb cunty one. And no one really cares about your opinion. And the only reason I'm addressing this, Karen, is so that when I troll you in response to your comments, maybe, Karen, if you pay close attention to this, maybe you'll understand that you're being trolled. And maybe you'll understand that I am using you as my plaything when I troll you. Now everybody else in the comments, you don't have to agree with me. That was just about the Karens. But I had to get that speech out just to help you Karens out, to know what it looks like when you're being trolled on the internet, so you don't look so silly. Let's go, let's hope for something good in this mess. At least from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Maybe she'll just be like, she'll look at the lyrics she was given, wipe her ass with them, and do something good.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a princess. Rap battle!
The cringe has started early.
Faraway land, there was a princess. Rap battle!
I wish these production values could be spent on people that were better at what they do. It's kind of like when you're watching a really bad TV show. Even the worst TV shows have decent production value. I hear Whitney's a good musician, though. She's not a good rapper, but I hear she's a good musician. I've got to react to one of her songs at some point, because I would be very happy to have a good feeling about something that Whitney has done.
Cinderella!
There she is! Hi, Buffy. Don't fail me.
Versus Belle!
Why does Belle have Pocahontas and Little Red Riding Hood as her, entourage? And why is Little Red Riding Hood touching her titties? So many questions.
Let the rap battle begin!
Another princess in my shadow come to covet my crown. You clowns wanna throw down with the best in a gown.
Ugh. Well, Buffy can't rap. That's what I learned today. Unless something changes drastically. Why is it that they always sound like this on these princess rap battles? Where's the fucking delivery? And none of this sounds on purpose. Like, it would be so much better if they didn't want to do rap voices. That would make sense. They're princesses. Like, but why not, like, do a princess voice? Like, be really cutesy with it. Like, that would be such a better angle. I understand if you're not trying to or wanting to pull off, like, aggressive rap, like Epic Rap Battles of History does. Cool, do your own thing. But do your own thing. This is not a thing. This is just attempting to speak to the rhythm. As far as whatever the hell this was, she's just calling herself the OG princess because she's one of the first Disney princesses. And I think the fairy tale behind Cinderella is also one of the oldest ones. So anyone else is just a copycat sort of thing, I think is what she's going for.
The princess in my shadow come to covet my crown. You clowns want to throw down with the best in a gown. I'm the legendary story of rags to riches. Rhyme sharper than a needle and I'm giving out stitches.
You know, because Cinderella sews with her little mice friends. Stitches is in, like, thuggery. Snitches get stitches sort of thing. The lyrics aren't great. They're not terrible. They're just kind of there. The delivery really makes them feel just kind of there, though. You could get away with some subpar bars, but if you hype up the delivery, they seem better than they are.
Like a wilting rose, you can't step to my flows. These girls are tripping. Did they cut off their toes?
Alright. So that was a fun little reference. These girls are tripping. Did they cut off their toes? So tripping as in you tripping, bro, and tripping as in actually literally tripping. Did they cut off their toes? Because Cinderella, in the non-Disney version, the stepsisters cut off their toes to try to fit into her slipper to get with the old boy. They were some desperate thoughts.
Wilting rose, you can't step to my flows. These girls are tripping. Did they cut off their toes? I deserve all the praise for the foot fetish craze. I got itty bitty kicks, but legs for days.
So apparently, a flex bar in this is being responsible for foot fetishes. So she's saying, because I got the itty bitty feet and the long legs, is she implying that modern day foot fetishes were caused by Cinderella, and that's like a baller move on her part? That's confusing. Good on you, Cinderella, I guess.
Let's look at your mentality. Freud loves your abnormality. The Stockholm Syndrome story, beauty and the bestiality.
I don't know why Sigmund Freud's getting dragged into this, but she's saying that Sigmund Freud would love your, Stockholm Beauty and the Beast story. Which, if you're just talking about the cartoon rendition of Beauty and the Beast, it is kind of weird. You get kidnapped by a giant beast man and then fall in love with him. And let's all be honest here, the Beast version of Beast is hotter than the human version of Beast. Score 1 for the furries on that one, I guess. Why does it matter that Freud is into her weird... I don't know. I just feel like there's a better way to get to that bar of making fun of the Stockholm Syndrome without the deliberate Freud shout out to make it about psychology. Like, that just feels like one of those pandering sort of bars. Like, oh, I know who Sigmund Freud is. And now we're talking about psychology. I've heard of Stockholm Syndrome. I am now feeling that this rap is intelligent. That's what I feel like that kind of bar is. Which actually is perfect, since I know the main audience of this are Karens. And Karen's addressing you again. Most of you are very unintelligent, and you're very unaware of that.
Look at your mentality. Freud loves your abnormality. The Stockholm Syndrome story, beauty and the bestiality. Of course you're bitter. I'm the #1 star. Pumpkin carriage, perfect marriage. No one cares who you are.
Alright, so she's just saying she's got the perfect story and no one cares about Belle. I feel like, if anything, Cinderella is less relevant today than Belle. So I don't know if that bar really hits that hard, but I get what she's going for.
Of course you're bitter. I'm the #1 star. Pumpkin carriage, perfect marriage. No one cares who you are.
What's my name?
Belle.
What's it mean?
Beauty.
Oh, God. Oh, barf. What's my name? Belle. What's it mean? Beauty. to these hype ladies. Oh God.
Carriage, perfect marriage, no
Wait
one cares
for
who
it.
you are.
What's my name?
Belle.
What's it mean?
Beauty.
They sound less enthusiastic than a high school cheerleader. Like, at least get high school cheerleader level. What's my name? Belle! Like something. The fuck? They sound so disinterested, which is exactly what I was afraid of in this rap, because that's what always happens. Nobody sounds like they're interested. They're just like, I'm getting paid a lot of money for this shit. The only thing they're interested in is dressing up in the damn costumes and going on set. They seem very interested in the video part of it. But when they get to the studio to record or write the lyrics, it's like, fuck it.
Pumpkin carriage, perfect marriage, no one cares who you are.
What's my name?
Belle.
What's it mean?
Beauty.
I'm the perfect combination of brains and booty.
So basically, you're taking Belle, who's a character that should be very empowering. She prides herself in, like, education and reading and crap, and she's not interested in Gaston because he's just, you know, hunk, boorish man, and he's not that smart. But now she's saying she's the perfect combination of brains and booty, which is a play on beauty probably as well, beauty, booty. But just to say it like that and kind of like twerk just seems to me insulting to the character of Belle. I don't feel like Belle as a character is going to be proud of that. Sure, she's beautiful and she's called Beauty, but in the essence of the film, Beauty and the Beast has more to do with the beauty of her soul than her fucking booty. I know she's physically the most beautiful in the land according to Gaston, but that's not the fucking point. And the point of the movie was that Gaston loving her for her outward beauty, or loving anyone for their outward beauty, was wrong, which is why she fell in love with the Beast even though he was outwardly detestable. That's the whole point of the movie. This is her just saying, I'm hot and smart, which a bitch that would say she's hot and smart would go off and fuck Gaston, by the way. That's that bitch. She'd be like, I'm smart, I'm hot, I don't like Gaston, he's dumb. Hee hee. And then eventually she ends up marrying Gaston. Gaston puts on some weight. They move to Alabama. She gets a black eye or two because, you know, she wasn't careful around the stairs. Like, that's the fucking shit that's being promoted right now. God, I hate this.
While I'm gaining knowledge, you're losing your pumps. Like Mrs. Possum serving shots and dishing out lumps.
Alright, so that was clever. Let me roll it back to talk about what I mean with the Mrs. Potts thing.
While I'm gaining knowledge, you're losing your pumps.
Alright, gaining knowledge, you're losing your pumps. That's, you get it, that's stupid. She reads books, Cinderella lost her shoe.
Like Mrs. Possum
But like Mrs. Potts, she's serving shots.
serving shots and dishing out.
And dishing out lumps. So Mrs. Potts gives shots of, like, you know, tea or whatever, and also puts lumps of sugar in it, but also taking shots, like in a rap battle, you take shots and you dish out lumps, which is also Gaston talks about dishing out lumps, so it's a reference to her own film franchise, as well as dishing out lumps, expression for, like, hitting someone, as well as the lump of sugar. So that bar actually has a lot going on to it, and it's a good bar. Delivered awfully by Whitney as usual, but a good bar. Credit where credit is due. If all of these rap battles were more like that with better delivery and the same production value, we'd be great. Oh, wait a minute, I just noticed. Speaking of production value, the Cinderella's, like, on this nice little, like, stairwalk thing. They're fucking on an asphalt road in front of, like, some wooded area with a nice little grass thing. This is like a suburban walking path. So this isn't actually very good production value or set location. This is lazy. They're just at dresses, like, on their friend's driveway.
While I'm gaining knowledge, you're losing your pumps. Like Mrs. Possum serving shots and dishing out lumps. Cindy's dreaming she's important. Well, somebody should wake her. This gold-digging trophy wife's the royal baby maker.
Alright, so, royal baby maker, you get it. Is there anything really to talk about there? And then we had a Sleeping Beauty reference, and yeah.
Dreaming she's important. Well, somebody should wake her. This gold-digging trophy wife's the royal baby maker. Fear the nerdy, wordy princess, cause I'm throwing more shade than the willow tree growing on your dead mother's grave.
That zoom-in shot with the dramaticness and the build-up and the vocal effects. That's a ERB thing to do. Insert ERB clip where that happens here.
Wonder Woman fly, I'm about to tell you why. Princess Diana, but this lady don't die. My rhymes are signed, sealed, and delivered on time. You a bald has-been, I'm in my
Okay, now that clip, though, was how to do it correctly. Let's see why this is not correct.
She's important. Well, somebody should wake her. This gold-digging trophy wife's the royal baby maker. Fear the nerdy
First of all, visually, whoever's doing the video editing on this forgot the part that zooming into the face is not the only thing you're supposed to do. You're also supposed to adjust lighting, maybe add some sort of a vignette shot around it so it's kind of darker. Do something to make it dramatic aside from just zooming into their face. The other problem with this...
wordy princess, cause I'm throwing more shade than the willow tree growing on your dead mother's grave.
Now, the bars are fine. She calls herself the nerdy thing and the willow's grave. Cool, whatever. But when you get to the end here, first of all, delivery-wise, we all know the delivery is going to be trash. It's Whitney. Grave is like, grave! Like, there's no power to it. But her pose here is just like, ah! Like, what is it?
Your tail is...
And they did the whole cut to the shocked expression of the other person. But it loses everything because you don't have, visually you're not drawn to it enough. There's not enough effects with how it was edited in post. The sound isn't right, and it just doesn't hit. So it just feels really, really cringy. This is what's wrong, Karen, with these videos.
Princess, cause I'm throwing more shade than the willow tree growing on your dead mother's grave. Your tale as old as time, sets us back 50 years.
Tale as old as time. Beauty and the Beast reference. Tale as old as time. It sets us back 50 years. So now she's fucking defending women after objectifying herself. So I don't know what side Belle's on.
Do your chores, clean the floors till a man just appears.
Yeah. You get it.
You're shallow and obsessed with looks and how you're dressed. You wanna live like Gaston? Please be our guest.
Alright, so now she's saying you're shallow, obsessed with how you look and dress when, again, 2 minutes ago she's saying I have brains and booty. Like, what the fuck? Stop! This is something that just in a societal way annoys me. You can't have both. You could say that you're proud that you look good and whatever, but then you can't go dissing someone else who's more into that than you. That's like being like, oh yeah, I make sure I look good every day. I got brains. I got beauty. And then you look at like some sorority bitch and you go, all she cares about is how she looks. Oh my God, what an idiot. What? Just because you think you have more parts to your identity than that, you're going to judge someone else because they care about how they look? Like, what the fuck is it? God. This is so annoying. Be our guest. Beauty and the Beast reference. I think this might be one of my least favorite PRVs ever with its 100 million views, just because it's so unintelligent and inconsistent.
You're shallow and obsessed with looks and how you're dressed. You wanna live like Gaston? Please be our guest.
Oh, I'm the one who's shallow because your prince was really hairy. The beast was in the friend zone till he gave you his library.
Alright, so she's calling her a book digger. That's a whole new one. Not even a gold digger, a book digger.
Your points have no merit. You're jealous? Declare it. Like I've always said, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Shoe fits because Cinderella and shoe fits. Declare it and merit might have been one of the goofiest rhyme schemes.
The American dream with a fairy tale wedding. You got teapots for friends, and I think your man's shedding.
That's the second Harry Beast line. The boy is a human now. I don't, whatever.
Some things are meant to be, like love at first sight. Bibbidi bobbidi booyah, he was mine before midnight.
We just got a pelvic thrust from Cinderella. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi whatever. The fairy from Cinderella. So Cinderella's bragging on boning the guy before midnight? Or making him want to bone before midnight? There's so much wrong with this.
Relationship rookie wants to rap about romance. You can't fall in love after just one dance. My prince saved my life, and don't be misled. I want a man in the street, but a beast in the bed.
Something tells me the personality that I've understood of Belle from the movie was not going into relationships hoping for a beast in the bed. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. But I have to break it to you, Whitney. Not everybody cares that much. Like, some people just want to love and have love, and they find that the sex is good because of a romantic connection, regardless of, like, weird porn star acrobatics that you seem to be wanting. And again, there's nothing wrong with wanting that. It's just there's so many inconsistencies to the character you're portraying right now. Like, 1 second she's trying to be a cool, look at my booty gangsta bitch, and the next second she's like, but I'm, like, nerdy and sophisticated. You're not fucking both. All right? You could be kind of a middle ground between those two, but that's not really who Belle's character was portrayed as. I don't know. There's so many levels at which I'm annoyed now.
Your film stars mice and cats with an old fat fairy. Your silly story shoehorned in.
Well, hold on. Now she said an old fat fairy? I'm feeling like she's turning me into an SJW to try to, like, I'm here sitting calling Karens cunts and being like such an asshole, but I feel like I need to stop her toxic bullying. She's getting on the fairy for being fat. Fairy's like 100 years old. At what point is it okay to stop caring about your weight? Like, and in what world is Belle being judgmental about how someone looks? Belle's dad's a fat ass. Like, what? He's a short, balding, fat, crazy man. But what the fuck is happening here?
Beast in the bed. Your film stars mice and cats with an old fat fairy. Your silly story shoehorned into freaking Tom and Jerry. You say you want to party, next you run off down the halls. It's like you always choke once you make it to the balls.
So there's a blowjob joke. That's an ERB specialty as well. And that's a joke that's very unoriginal. That's an old joke. I think the way that joke usually goes is like, what did Cinderella do when she got to the ball and the punchline is gagged? That's an old joke. So now we're ripping off of old jokes for our punchlines to try to tie them up as clever blowjob jokes. It's not clever. It's ripped off. Ripped off of a ripoff. Like, jokes aren't always original, but when you have a joke that's like, as soon as you hear it, you know you've heard that joke 1,000 times, maybe don't include that joke into your rap battle.
Think that's funny? Here's a history lesson, honey. My movie saved the studio when Walt was out of money. You followed in my footsteps. Without me, there's no you. Disney built an empire on these tiny glass shoes.
Alright, so just flex it on saving Disney with her franchise. I don't care.
If you're so adored, where's your Academy Award? I'm the smart female heroine that can't be ignored.
You were the smart female heroine until you portrayed her as this mess. Because this version of Belle is that girl who's an Instagram thought who every now and then posts a shower thought, thought, and thinks she's an intellectual now. That's the version of Belle we just got. So shut the fuck up, Whitney!
The moral of our quarrel and why I've got you beat, it's what's inside that matters, not the size of your feet.
Is that a dick size joke? Not the size of your feet, and the size of Cinderella's feet, obviously. The inside that matters, but you just said fucking fat fairies and...
Thanks for watching, and thanks for letting Cinderella win.
Who would you like to see rap battle? Please.
I don't know. After these, I don't feel like I want to see anyone rap battle ever again. Just ruins the whole thing. Who won? Well, we didn't win. That's for sure. I think the Karens won. I think Karens won because they're the only ones that could get enjoyment out of this. The male and female Karens alike. I'm trying to think of the shit. I mean, aside from the extreme misrepresentation of Belle, Belle had better verses. She had more clever structure to her rhymes and wordplay, so I guess Belle would win in this instance. It's just whatever bastardized version of Belle we got. I'm not even going to play out whatever the last 14 seconds is. I've suffered enough. there's so much potential in this concept, but they're never gonna have to do it well because hundreds of millions of people watch and enjoy it just like this. Because sad truth is, there's a lot of Karens in the world, a lot of people who I just don't really have respect for anything they do or like, and that's okay. So I don't know. Until next time or whatever, I scheme and you scheme, we all scheme for ice cream. Drop a dislike on the video and unsubscribe. Bye!